Gotcha. Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Janeski, and along with my buddy Ken Brown here, we're your hosts of the Local Sports Wrap-Up here on Wyandotte Cable Channel 15. Today is November 4th. Still don't have a president.
Not yet.
Mr. Brown, today we are remembering my good buddy Ken Montroy, my co-host. I have the fedora and the Hawaiian shirt on. Mr. Brown has the Green Bay Packers shirt on in memory of. Ken passed away Sunday, November 1st at 10:30 in the morning. We knew this day was coming. I just am not ready for it when it did come. I'll remember him forever. He's in my soul, and we were buds. Man, he stood up at my wedding 20 years ago, and again, we were just buds. I've known him since high school. And we never strayed too far from the area. And it had bowled and traveled the world. We traveled the world bowling in tournaments. And once a year, the ABC National Tournament, we had a blast. So this one's for Ken. We'll start football. He likes football. I bet he was betting on football till the day before he passed.
That's right, yeah.
And I hope he didn't pick Michigan because they didn't cover.
They sure didn't. But go green, go white.
That's right. Had a son went there. Start out, Wyandotte got to the next round of the playoffs. They beat Lincoln Park 45-7. It really wasn't much of a game. Jalen Pitchford threw for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. He ran for a score, and he had a pick 6 on defense. So he was probably responsible for most of them 45 points. So good job, Roosevelt. Rouge had a good day against Gibraltar.
Yeah. Joe's Hamburgers Player of the Week was actually Pitchford, so that's good.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
There you go.
I wanted to say one thing about Ken, man. I met Ken a few times, and I really enjoyed every moment that we spent together. I thought besides his name, he was a great guy. You know, he's taught me a lot, and he put up with Marty, which is great, you know. So, Ken, you'll be missed, and thanks for allowing me into your space.
He put up with me. He picked me. He picked me because I do all the work. So you Rouge 21 zip over Carlson. How'd that go?
Yeah. So you had the two strongest downriver foes clashing last Friday, and Rouge won 21-0. They started out kind of slow because Carlson actually changed it up and did a little power wing tee and controlled the ball. That was their strategy against the Division III state champ. But in the end, the cream rises.
Yes.
So Rouge marches on. Yeah.
Allen Park got by Trenton 18-7. They call it holding them off, but not really. You know, they led 6-0 at the half, and yeah, I don't have any.
Yeah, Allen Park will actually travel to Huron and play next week as they won too. Huron won, so.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, we got the brackets are narrowing down. Who's Wyandotte got next week?
Wyandotte plays Detroit Renaissance. And the funny part is I seen a kid that plays for Wyandotte. His name's Joe Valentine. Big Joe, how you doing? He's an offensive lineman and defensive lineman. I seen him cutting grass today, and he says they have a good chance. They feel really good about the game. I tend to agree. Of the normal Detroit schools that they would face in this round, Renaissance is definitely going to be one of the easier ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Woodhaven beat Taylor 49-7. Not much of a game there. They jumped out to a 35-0 lead and just cruised. I don't know. Woodhaven's next. Don't have them here.
Yeah, Woodhaven, they beat Taylor, right? Mm-hmm. So now they go on and they face. It looks like it can't be Dearborn.
Dearborn High, yes, I got it here.
Okay,
Next up for Woodhaven is a home game against Dearborn High. They should handle that too.
I hope so. I'm pulling for Downriver this week.
Good.
Riverview, Gabriel Richard beat Springport 42-6. Richard cruised to a first-round playoff victory on Friday. Nick Sheskowski was the quarterback for the host Pioneers, who are 6-1. He went 7 for 8, 78 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he also ran 54 yards and got a score on that as well. So Riverview, next up, they play Jackson Lumen Christie. So that should be a good game.
And I got New Boston Huron beating Southgate Anderson. Huron was up 42-0 by halftime, and then they must have got a safety to make it 42. But yeah, so it doesn't say who's next up for New Boston Huron, but
they play Allen Park.
Oh,
yeah.
do they?
Yeah, so Allen Park will get a chance to see if those Hurons are for real.
That's why you're here.
Yeah.
To keep me straight. I don't know anything about sports. I just host a show. Stayed at a Holiday Inn once, made me brilliant. Chase Molnar threw for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns against Southgate, and he rushed for 88 yards and a score. Good for him. That must be the quarterback.
Summerfield ended Allen Park Cabrini's dreams, 41-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Cabrini ran into the Summerfield team on Friday in the first round that saw his season come to a close. The host Monarchs wrapped up the year with an overall 2-5 record. Actually, the Bulldogs are 2-5 as well, and they go on to play Detroit Southeastern.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. That's Bart Scott, football player in the NFL. That's his alma mater.
Is that right?
Yeah, fun fact.
You're full of them. I like it. Somebody's got to have them. I only know bowling. Groseville 45, Monroe Jefferson 28. Groseville's high-powered offense was on full display. They got a huge night from Joey Pizzo, who rushed for 246 yards.
Wow.
And 2 touchdowns and had 338 all-purpose yards. So he must return kicks and stuff like that. Yeah. And he was 6 for 6 kicking the point afters. Guy does it all.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
Good for them. They're moving on.
Let's jump into the other football. What do you think? Soccer?
Sure.
All right. Riverview's playoff run halted by DeWitt in the regional final. After defeating Chelsea in overtime in a shootout on Tuesday, Riverview played in its first ever regional championship game. The game was at Divine Child. The Pirates battled with DeWitt, who was out of the Capital Area Activities Conference, and they were ousted. Unfortunately for Riverview, the opposing proved to be a bit too much on Thursday as DeWitt cruised to a 6-1 victory, advancing to the Division II state semifinals. So Riverview was really, really close to the Final Four.
In Groseville, they edged Clawson for their 3rd straight regional title. The Red Devils dominated play, creating plenty of scoring chances while keeping the Trojans not off the scoreboard but limited in any real opportunities. The goal, only one of the game, with 14:27 left in the second half. Groseville's Ali Khalad pushed a perfect pass. It was a beautiful ball off the freshman's foot. Down the right side of the penalty box, Ty Garza raced past the Clawson defenders, caught up to the ball, and one-timed a shot right into the corner.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
It was the 3rd consecutive regional title for the defending D3 state champion Devils.
Wow.
So yeah, they're always in the hunt, runner-up champs. Yeah. So they're on their way back to that again.
They're a machine.
In the volleyball world, Trenton, not Woodhaven. Trenton finished 10-0 in the Downriver League play with their victory over Allen Park last Tuesday. Trenton wrapped up a perfect 10-0 run, which is pretty hard to do with Allen Park in that division and Woodhaven and even our Wyandotte girls.
Oh, yeah.
That was Trenton's first league championship since 2017. Trenton will head to Southgate Anderson to play a Division I District 19 battle against either Taylor or Wyandotte. They're doing a prelim.
Okay.
Because 10-0 gets you a bye.
That should. As it should,
yes. Yeah. And the winner will return to Southgate the next night and face either Riverview or Anderson for the championship. So I'm going to just say pull for the Wyandotte team. It'll be Southgate against Wyandotte. Then they'll pull the upset of the year, and they will face Riverview or Anderson.
That's right.
For the championship.
Let's go Bears.
Let's go Bears.
There's some good news out of Allen Park. They had 2 runners advance to the D1 state meet at Willow Metro Park. Allen Park competed on Saturday at the D1 regional meet at Willow Metro Park, And on the girls' side, Lisa Lucci, 18 minutes, 19 seconds. She came in second, qualified for the state meet. She'll run at 11 a.m. on Friday.
I have in the D2, they raced at Lake Erie Metro Park. The Riverview boys will be traveling together to states next weekend after a top 3 finish in the team standings on Saturday. The Pirates finished third, edging out Divine Child for the final spot. Riverview got a pair of top 10 finishers with Logan Ruffner and Sam Polgar. They will represent the school in the state finals.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Speaking of boys, 2 Richard boys also qualified for the D3 state meet. Alexander Marzaros and Stephen Bagazzi. And they'll run Saturday at 7. So you got some downriver athletes that are competing for state titles this weekend. So
we got in the D1 side, on the girls' D1 side, Woodhaven finished 4th as a team. Roosevelt took 6th.
Okay.
It's interesting that Woodhaven finished 4th as a team, but they have Brianna Voljanov. She was the top individual qualifier. 2 more warriors, Brooke Bedridge and Peyton Scheffler, will join her at MIS to run in the singles, the individual.
Sure.
So you have 3 in the top 10, but you can't get the 4th one to get your team into the mix. That's a shame. The other state qualifier was Roosevelt's Samantha Cost.
All right.
She was 16th, so they must take more than the top 10. I'm going to learn how this works someday.
Yeah, and probably an even number, though, 10, 20, something like that.
Yeah, because good for her. She ran in 20 minutes, 31 seconds. That seems like it's pretty doggone fast, especially since she was only a minute 8 behind the leader. Wow. And you finished 16th.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
they're
close.
packing in there.
I can't imagine they were running. I don't know if the D1, if you had the boys on that side or not. I thought they were running. I know the finals are at MIS, which would be a great place to watch it because you could sit up at the top of the bowl. I've been to 1 race, 1 or 2 races in my lifetime. If drinking is your thing, racing is your thing. So I'm just going to say that. But my wife, current wife, was a big race fan, and when we started going out and got married, I had to attend these functions. It's only fair.
That's right.
You know, and she's going to bowling tournaments. I got to go to races, which I had a lot of fun at. You know, you go there, and she had friends that we tailgated with, you know, and then you go in the side. And so MIS running on the inside infield would be kind of cool because it's like a 2.5-mile oval.
Is it in Milan? Where's MIS? Is that in Milan?
That sounds
Speedway?
about right.
I got you. Yeah.
South of Jackson, you can take 27 down, or you can take, come out the Monroe way up 15. You got all kinds of options to get there.
I don't want to date myself, but I've been there for a race where the parachute comes out.
Oh, drag racing.
Yeah. So
I'm older than you. They used to have that on Sibley and Dix.
Okay.
Detroit Dragway was at Sibley and Dix. We spent some Friday nights over there and Saturday nights over there. Yeah, young Marty.
Did you ever take Ken with you?
That's a great question. We had a group of guys from his end of town, and we would go. That brain cell's gone. Okay, I just would love to think it's still around, but that brain cell has been long gone. What else we got over there?
You talked a little bit about the boys in Riverview. 10 individuals actually qualified for the country state meet. So you got 4 area boys, 4 girls that qualified in D1. Region 5 boys race at Lake Erie Metro Park. Woodhaven had 144, had the best local finish, placing 6th overall, while Wyandotte Roosevelt 165 was 7th.
That's the boys.
Yeah, okay. And Gibraltar Carson 177. So it's a good show. Roosevelt's 2 qualifiers. Let's make sure we get them out there. It's Michael McCooch, 1642 in 6th place, and Samuel Rankin. He was 16 57. So he was 15 seconds off his own guy. Rounding out things for the Bears' top 5 were Marquise Monjo and Lucas Pratt and Seth Nagel. I think you know a Nagel or two.
Well, maybe. Hey, I want to just get back to football for 1 second. You have Oak Park, Detroit UAD Jesuit, Wyandotte, and Detroit Renaissance in their bracket.
Yeah.
I know nothing about any of those other 2 teams, but I have a funny feeling you do.
Yeah, I do.
You say they got a chance to get by Renaissance, then they're going to play Oak Park, or it looks like they're going to play UAD Jesuit. Well,
Now, Oak Park was an 8 seed. They upset the 1 to take that space.
okay.
Right, so
Look at that. Gross points out.
Yeah, they upset the 1
okay.
seed to
yes,
get
they
there.
Did.
Oak Park's coach is phenomenal. He used to coach Devin Gardner at Inkster High. His name's Coach Carter. So he's a great coach, and I think he's got his guys playing really tough right now. Ypsilanti beat someone. I went to the game. I should know.
T.H. Crestwood.
They beat
Dearborn Heights.
Crestwood in an upset as well. That was a 7 and a 2 seed.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a March Madness here in November. The upsets are hot. So I think Wyandotte really has a chance in that division, man.
That's interesting. I didn't look at this before. I just kind of looked at it.
Yeah, I got you.
And so theoretically, the 8 seeds got no business against the 4 or the 5. It was the 5, but they got every chance in the world.
Yeah, they beat the 1.
Yeah. If you beat the 1, you could beat the 5. And, the 5-4, they were pretty, but both Grosse Pointe, North and South are out. Those people are mad up there.
Yeah.
Their whole sports programs are always solid.
Yeah.
They got the money to back it. It is what it is. I umpired out that way in regionals and districts many years. And, the teams would come in. These guys would have they had practice uniforms. They would warm up in a uniform, then go change into a good uniform.
Yeah, I had the privilege to coach against a lot of those kids when I was coaching on the east side. And those kids had resources, like you said, but they also could play. So that was a good win for Oak Park. We're happy for them, and we'll see. I think that this thing is wide open, and it should be a good couple weekends.
Wyandottte's got as good a chance as anyone. I mean, looking at their points, we know that they're ranked higher than anyone in that bracket. Even though they weren't the 1 seed, they were the 2 seed. We shall see.
Yeah,
they're ranked highest of whoever's left. I guess that's the way to look.
That's right. They're the one in the catbird seat.
And they're playing Friday, right? They're playing 2 days from now. Is it?
And it's here.
It's here.
It's a home game, yeah.
Too bad they can't pack them in.
Yeah.
If you could just pack them in like the old days, maybe someday. I think when we can get instant testing and the shot to fix us, once that comes out, and it will be a while, and it's not going to happen instantly. And everybody that thinks right after the election we're all going to be better, you're wrong. It's still here. But no matter who ends up winning, it's still going to be here. And, once they can get the
vaccine,
vaccine, and once they can get instant testing. If you can get instant testing, right away. But it's got to be reliable instant testing. Matt Stafford has just tested positive and can't be around the team for 5 days.
Yeah.
Now, why is it that the NFL rules are 5 days and everybody else, our buddy George, is quarantined? He can't make another show. This was George's week, and he can't make this show because he's got to stay in the house. His wife came down with it. So how come it's 14 days for us normal people and 5? Well, it's 5 days in a row if Stafford tests negative.
Yeah, he has to test negative 5 days in a row. You're right.
And then he could play Sunday.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the team practices with number 2. I couldn't even name our number 2 quarterback. I don't have a clue.
And you're beating me right now. I have no idea. Yeah.
There's no way. I don't follow the game close enough. So what else is going on in the world? I don't know where we're at. I didn't start my timer, so I have no idea where we're at.
If you look at COVID, though, thinking about Ken's team, the Packers backfield, everybody in the Packers backfield just caught COVID as well. So Jamal Williams in the backup.
Maybe we need plexiglass in between.
Yeah.
Wear your masks, people. We wear ours until the cameras come on. And if you want one on your face, just call me because I can hook you up. I made Kimmy one. It's pretty cool. I look at her now and it looks just like her, you know,
Wow.
which is kind of fun. I don't know where we're at now. Where are we at? Troops. 10 minutes? Okay. Well, let's talk a little pro sports.
Let's do it.
I always like to talk pro sports. How's your fantasy team doing?
5-3.
5-3?
In 2 leagues. If anybody that follows football, Mahomes had 5 touchdowns this weekend, and he hit Tyreek Hill twice. So I was a pretty big winner this weekend.
Oh, those were your guys?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so,
very nice.
I think it's tough, though. You know, it's tough because of the COVID and the different things that they have going on. There's a lot of teams that aren't practicing all week, and then you got to be prepared to see who you're going to pick as the backup. So it's been a challenge, but of course it's fun. Right?
And my buddy Ken, he was in a fantasy league, but he played at Marty at Partners. So because he knew the day was coming, and he has partners to finish the season and take it over for him. But I will say that I'm still alive in my suicide pool. I took Brady and the boys Monday night. Oh, man. I am too old to sweat that hard and yell at the television about this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good. And then they got a call there at the end, maybe on the 2-point conversion, maybe not. I say, what is the training these days that the NFL defenders do not look for the ball ever? Ever. They try to smack it out of your hands with their back to the quarterback. There'd be so many more picks if they just, the minute they turned on the route, if they just start looking and running and just looking. There'd be so many picks. Because that guy that broke up that 2-point conversion, if he's looking, he could have went 99 yards the other way or 102, wherever he was in the end zone. You know, I caught a break there.
Yeah. I think the tough part is that those guys have to be trained to watch the eyes of the receiver. So once the eyes of the receiver, they focus on the ball. Now they got to feel with their hand and then kind of look back to see where the ball is. And then they play defense because they don't catch that well. But, you know, that's part of it. And you're right. I've seen a lot of that pass interference and different things this last weekend just because of those same things, not turning your head to the ball. So.
And it was a really good football game if you wore green. Last weekend. I will say that I didn't watch a lot of it. I was doing stuff in the yard, but I had the radio on. And Branstadter's a homer. Okay, I love him. Get a hold of us, local sports. I love Branstadter, but man, he's a homer. It's great to hear them. And I have a daughter that goes to U of M. He has a daughter that goes to Michigan State. I had a son that goes to Michigan State. But I will be on the record to say I love when Michigan loses to them. Julia will not like to hear that, but because of all the Walmart Wolverine guys and all those arrogant, Wolverine fans, they went in there and beat them fair and square. It was interesting.
Definitely shocking based on how Michigan State played against Rutgers the week before. But I was glad Mel Tucker got a win, and we'll see if Jim Harbaugh continues to be Teflon, right?
Doesn't matter what he does.
He might be Bo Schembechler.
The Bo will go down in history as the greatest coach there ever, but record-wise, not so much. It is what it is. Miss my buddy Ken. Get a hold of us, Local Sports Wrap-Up. Watch this show on YouTube. Ken Brown, you're doing a great job. I'm glad you're here. We're buds, but we're not. I've known you since our girls were little and we coached together. And you're a decent guy. You belong in this show, and you know more about sports than I'll ever know. And that always helps because Ken knew a lot about sports too. And his opinions, we're allowed. They put a disclaimer up there. We could say about anything we want. It doesn't really matter. So on behalf of Ken Brown and I'm Marty Janeski, our tribute to Ken Montroy. I love him dearly, and he will remain in my soul. We put his picture up. We might keep his picture up for a few more shows just because. Because we can. All right, so his spirit and his aura are here with us. So look for us next week here on Local Sports Wrap-Up, Channel 15, Wine.Cable. Hi, Mom. And thanks for watching, everybody.